Did you enjoy our unboxing of the Victrix Pro Fight Stick? Well, in today's video, we're gonna be taking a deep dive into all of its features, what I think about it, and other options that you can get it in. Hang out with us. Welcome back, Button Club members, to another review video here on the channel. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining us, and I also want to thank you so much for all of your support, the views we've been getting. We just topped over 700 subscribers on the channel, so I just wanted to say a huge thank you for all of your support and hanging out with us and hopefully finding a good use of all the information we've been giving you. So in today's video, as you know, we're going to be reviewing the most sought after, the most gorgeous arcade stick fighting game peripheral on the market, the Victrix Pro FS. We've had this in our hands now for roughly over a month, I'd say. And this thing has become my new favorite tool in my arsenal for playing and enjoying fighting games. I'm using this thing every day. If you checked out the unboxing video, you'll see my initial reaction to just how gorgeous this arcade stick is. And yeah, we've really been enjoying it. What you'll also notice is we've made a couple of changes to the look and feel of the arcade stick. So one of the big selling points of this arcade stick was that it came with Sanwa Denshi components, okay? Buttons and stick. Those things have been changed, but only for review purposes only. For other videos, the Sanwa products are the staple, the baseline of what we expect in high-end fighting game products. So there's really no need to elaborate much more on that because Sanwa is Sanwa. They'll always be amazing. But they were changed out for other reviews for the channel. So the first thing we should cover is all the things that I absolutely love about this stick. Like I said, it's become my main tool. This thing is just supremely comfortable. There's a few things I'll talk about that we've probably covered in our initial unboxing video, so I do encourage you to check that out. The form factor and shape of this arcade stick is absolutely amazing. I really love this slight beveled edge here that is great for the wrist rest. It's just so comfortable to play on. On top of that, the last few arcade sticks that we have reviewed on the channel all had plexiglass covers to protect artwork. And this, much like my hoary fighting edge in the background, is a metal plate on top that we play on. I forget how comfortable something like this is compared to the plexiglass feel, okay? Plexi, even with the wrist rest that the Nikon Daija had, you're still kind of like really solidly locked on, like in your placement. When I play on arcade stick, my hand is planted down like this and we're moving around. And to have the metal here is so much easier for mobility when I'm playing on this compared to getting stuck on plexi. The weight of this thing is absolutely perfect. It's super premium. It's heavy to carry without being overbearing, and it just feels amazing on the lap. The handles and the cave-in ports over here, however you want to call them, where the LEDs go, just makes carrying this thing so easy and so incredible. The cable management. So when we first purchased this and my brother was considering purchasing his, let's show off his leverless version, which is also available. Now we kept the Sanwa buttons on his, and you can hear even in the studio how loud they were, and we covered that in the unboxing video. But the cable management has become my favorite. So Kevin was considering taking off the tabs that the cable gets wrapped around for a cleaner look, but I just actually love how simple it is to put this away. When I'm playing at tournament in our Button Club weeklies, I keep the USB-C plugged in and I just unravel what I need a couple of times around, plug in, and then when I'm done, just rewrap those two layers rather than unraveling the entire cable, so it really keeps everything clean, simple, and out of the way. And even when I pack it up at home, I just kind of keep the USB-C plugged in and just give it enough room to bend so we're not putting too much tension on that cable. and it just makes it all really, really easy to use. Plus this little extra clip here on the USB end just closes snug, keeps the whole thing tight. I love it. And at first we thought that it would take away from the look to have all the cabling up here, but after a while I just didn't mind it at all. It didn't become a thing because I just enjoyed playing on it so much. Another cool feature about this that we talked a little bit about in the unboxing, but didn't really go over how awesome it is for other things, is the fact that we have a detachable joystick, and it comes with this rubber plug that fits in over it like so. So when I'm traveling and I put this in my arcade stick bag, this is usually how I put it. There's a compartment for this to be stored inside the arcade stick so it never gets lost. And you have a nice clean look. It makes it nice to help clean because you have the plug here. What I didn't anticipate this also being good for is when I'm working on the stick. Now you can ask my wife, there's been plenty of late nights where we're up after Button Club Weekly tinkering and really fine-tuning how the joystick should feel, different gates and springs and actuators and all that. So when I'm working on all that on the inside, that plug helps keep the joystick shaft completely in place. It makes it so much easier to work on. I don't have to worry about the joystick shaft falling through, hitting the ground, anything getting messed up through that process. Even when it comes to removing the C-clip, which if you've worked on arcade sticks, you know how difficult that can be sometimes when you're not used to doing it. Having that plug in there just kept everything in the right spot as I was, working on the stick to try and manipulate it to my preferred settings. So I just thought that that was a super cool feature. Also, what's great about this is that since Victrix thought of everything, it even comes with the little Allen wrench stored over here. So it takes 2 seconds to change a ball top or do whatever I need to do with it. And I love that I don't have to now pack this in my arcade stick bag. Everything I need is already within the stick. It's just, it's so thoughtful and makes modding and customizing so much easier. So something to talk about with the buttons was, and the Sanwa buttons that came on here lasted all of maybe like 2 hours. Went online, I was playing Street Fighter 6, and because of the rigid metal outer casing, I found it to be really loud and disturbing to be playing on the Sanwas like that. And after about an hour or two of playing, you can say whatever you want, but like some of the joints here I play a little hard, okay? So sometimes my fingers were getting a little sore playing on it and mashing around, and you can just hear how much more silent these new buttons are, which we'll be talking about in a separate video, and just how much more comfortable they were to play on. This being compatible with PlayStation 4, 5, and PC means that no matter what tournament I decide to go to in my local area, I've got everything completely handled. And since it is PlayStation officially licensed, we don't have anything to worry about. Things that come pretty standard were the headphone jack, which I did end up using, and one of the buttons up here was for volume control. There's a little headset logo up here on this button when it's illuminated, and I would press that, it would go into headphone mode, and then by holding it, I could use the joystick to adjust the volume. I thought that was actually really, really cool. Just a great way to keep the function buttons clean and simple, but still giving you plenty of other options. Another thing that took me embarrassingly almost a month to realize when I was working in the training mode settings was that there is no L3, R3 button for your recording and playback features. So I was kind of like, wow, how did I miss this feature? How does this arcade stick have everything except for these L3 and R3 buttons? So when I did some research on the internet, I found that there is a Pro button over here, okay? And it'll light up Pro when it's plugged in. The Pro button gives you the option to remap and change so that when you press Pro button, for me right now, it's L3. So all those menus that pop up for Street Fighter 6, I just have to press that button. There is a way that you can set it up to that when you press the Pro button, if you were to hit left on the joystick, it would register as L3, and hit right on the joystick while still holding the button, it would register as R3. I just thought that was super cool and clean and a great way for them to keep the existing form factor of the function buttons without having to add that or mess up the look, because it looks really, really awesome. I don't know what else to even say about what's negative about it. Of course, not everything is perfect. This thing comes in so close. The amazing different non-slip padding on the bottom with 2 different textures for where the grip handles go, and the portion here that is the case to get into the back. If I had to talk about things that I don't like or things that people might be turned off about, they are the nitpickiest, smallest things, and almost not worth mentioning, but I don't want you to think that this thing is obviously just completely perfect. What's a downside? The steel body gets cold. So if your apartment is cold and you go to play on, oh man, the temperature on that, this is chilly, making my hands cold. It's expensive, but it's expensive because it's so incredible and amazing and just comes with so many features at a pro level. Some of you have asked if we can do a comparison video with this compared to the Nikon Daija, which we will be bringing you in the future. And that would be similar to the pad discussion that we had, where one outprices the other pretty drastically, but more money, more things, more features. All right, everything I like about it, list it up. Let's go. It's premium. It's beautiful. The cable management is spot on, USB-C, everything that we expect. The function buttons and layout being all right in front of you right here, I think are amazing. It comes stock with what we expect for hardware products, Sanwa Denshi. It's flashy with the LEDs. It's easy to carry. We brought this thing to East Coast Throwdown, and it was no problem to put in a bag, fit in a bag, or carry with the handles like this around the venue. I love the ease in which I can take it apart and open it up from the back. We put the link on here, but it came with that product already. I only switched it out just to match the color, so that wasn't even something that was super necessary. Look at that, easy to get into. I need to work on something. This thing, like I said, it is near perfect, and anything that I disliked about this, I can't even say dislike, that just seems so harsh. Anything else is like super little nitpicky and almost not even worth mentioning. This stick is so incredible that it had also inspired other people within the community to want one of their own. Shout out to James from the compound for picking this up and made me fall in love with it, which is why I was like, this is mine, I'm taking it, because that unboxing was just so gorgeous. And it inspired my brother, Kevin, to want to get a Victrix of his own. He had been borrowing one of my leverless controllers for a little while and wanted to pull the trigger on getting one for himself. And when he saw my Victrix Fight Stick Pro, he was like, do they make a leverless version? Yes, they do. So he went out and got one for himself. So if that doesn't say enough about it, I don't know what will. On top of that, my wife loved mine so much that we went and picked up one for her, which is in the background over there. We got her the all-white one. So 3 Victrixes in the same family. It's contagious, it's taken over. Also, these videos, the unboxing and having this product inspired a couple of people within the community and subscribers to pick one up. Shout outs to Beanie Thuggish, who runs his own YouTube channel and content. He saw ours, gave a really, really sweet compliment and comment under the video, and went out and bought himself one, okay? And then there was also someone else in the comments that was saying, man, I've almost bought this so many times but never pulled the trigger. And then a few weeks after the video was posted, he said, you know what? I finally did it. I bought myself a Victrix Pro. I'm so happy with it. So that's just a really good feeling to be able to share this product with you guys and my initial reactions and feelings to it, and that being enough for you to say, you know what, I do want one on my own. I maybe hadn't seen one in person, but seeing how he talked about it and what he loved about it, I think it is worth the $400, and that's exactly how I feel about the product. All right, let's close out this video and put this thing on the Button Club scale. If I had to give this thing a grade, which I do right now, it's the whole point of the video, this thing is near perfect. 4.95 buttons for the Victrix Pro Fight Stick. And I think the only reason why it doesn't get a perfect 5 is because, well, what in this world is perfect? And on top of that, there might just be subtle things that when you own it yourself, maybe, I don't know, maybe some people are picky. Maybe it's just because it's $400. But I think at that price point, it's completely worth it. This product is absolutely amazing. And I'm sure it won't be the last Victrix product that we buy and support here on the Button Club channel. That's gonna do it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed yourself and I've given you enough information to make a decision on your own. I wanna say thank you again to James at the Compound. I wanna say thank you to you for all of the attention. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know how you feel about this. Share this video with your friend if they're on the fence about picking one of these up. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to keep pressing them buttons.